So guys, you see this beautiful building. It's a bit north for our area, but it's good. We're getting an offer. Why are we buying this building? Because look at how nice it's inside. You like the decorations, you like the walls, you like the windows. That's what we call a full rehab. And that is what we like to buy. We don't have shy today because something to do, but there's many things. When you have these things, that's what we say that they're they in the group. You guys were there in the squadron. When you see this, unless you have a general contractor next to you, don't even touch it. Because this is next to construction. The only thing that is better than construction is because I don't need to go to the city and wait for 1 year for master plans to be approved. That's the only reason we buy this type of buildings. It's faster, less holding cost, and that's when you make the money. You follow me there. What says very important when you look all the numbers. It's important that you see your holding cost. How long will take you to upside the rent to get the upside to remodel and to start getting the tenant in. That's a cost that you're going to incur, you're going to incur, and you don't see it, and it's a bite. It's vital. Miami 6 months minimum of holding cost. You're paying taxes, mortgage, and insurance. You will never see that in a pro forma. And that's why pro formas from commercial realtors, you need to know how to read them. They're not lying to you. They don't need to show you. They don't need to tell you how long it will take you to remodel. That's not what realtors are for. So, but this is a hidden cost that you're not going to see in a pro forma from Keller Williams, so the top of companies. So that's the pictures. Just by seeing that is when we say, I like the idea. Show me the numbers. Then we go to Ryan, where we go here?
The wonderful Excel sheet. Actual rent and pro forma rent.
Yeah. But what is the first thing we look in the numbers? We are team because
the actual rent and the pro forma.
Yeah, rent. The pro forma rent. We're going to improve that. We cannot get even the actual on that one. We know we're going to improve. We go for pro forma. We go for income because you're dealing with value add. So if you don't, if you don't see the, you lost me when you move. I don't even know what I was saying. Value add, income. You're going to, I see in an echo. ¿Por qué tengo eco ahora? When you buy value add, you're going to have a very high cost from the hard money cost to keep to buy the item, to buy the building. That's why the income is so important, because if I cannot afford the building, guys, I cannot show you how many. Show me. We can go right now to the MLS. We pick up 10 deals that people say it's a great deal to buy. They don't cash flow. So I don't, when I buy from myself, my investors, with my investors, I don't want to go back and say, you need to put more money. We need to put more money to hold. We need to put more money. That's crazy. I was in a meeting the other day. Everybody Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, which I believe, I like 70% of what he says. He always say, buy cash flow. Don't get involved in love with the potential of the equity because it's not there yet. Buy cash flow. When you buy cash flow, you cannot go wrong. Here, we pull up the rents. Look at the rents. 3.2s. 4.3.2s, very different building.
I got a quick question, Louis.
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. When you say the pro forma rent, that's ultimately the price that you're going to put it at once modifications are done, once you present it on the market
Yes.
from whatever it was at said
Yes.
time.
In the lingo of commercial, that's when they say pro forma. Yeah, it's future price.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. Good job, Jamar.
Future price. When
Yeah,
you
here
talk
learning.
to, yeah, they will tell you OP. Oh, OP. Send me the OP, and doesn't mean Ocean Pacific. It means operating memorandum, OM, and that has all pro forma values. And that's why it's so important. And that's why I say, okay, this is where you need a property manager. This is when you need your top realtor. You need to know what type of rents, what type of income you're going to get. You need to know the area, and you need to know that you're going to get the rents. How you're going to get the rents? Property manager or your good realtor, a realtor that knows how to work with investors. Now we have the income, annual income, and we go to our work. Purchase price, $850,000. Like we said that day, you guys were all there, hard money, so it's 20% down. It's hard money, 80%. Don't fall for the trap. They will say, oh, I can get you 100%. There's no 100% for multifamily. If you go to all these places, they're going to say, well, but there's no 100%. This is the average, 20%. Can you get 90-10? Maybe some institutions, we can. Interest rate, it's a bit better right now, 10.5. Remember, we're looking at hard money, bridge loans, 10.5. Amazing. Let's just change this. Now I see I'm using the old calculator. Guys, anyway. Don't worry about this. Let's keep going. That doesn't matter right now. I send the calculator. Then this is the other part that is the key for you to see if you're going to buy. Insurance. I'm going to give you another tip. Insurance is the only thing that will help you now because again, we are contrario. Contrariamente, how you say contrario? Opposite.
Contrary. Contrary.
My English is gone, guys. I've been in Little Havana too long today. When you purchase, you don't get full insurance. I'm not going to give you insurance class. We're going to get somebody to give us insurance class. Meaning you don't get like in the car, you don't get full cover, you don't get wind and 4-point inspections. You just get liability construction insurance. It's much cheaper than when you have a DCL loan. That's another trap that you might fall if somebody gives you the insurance and it's liability insurance or construction insurance. Of course, it's not full insurance because you don't have the place full of people and the amount and everything. They're only insuring you for construction. So be careful what type of insurance are you going if you are the person buying or you're the advisor and you are the consultant, or you know. But if you're reading somebody else's papers, you need to ask what insurance, not the price. Tell me what type of insurance it is. Because that part is crazy in Florida and it's going up and down. Maintenance, place basic maintenance, that's just cleaning and some grass that has around. Property management. Francisco, don't take too many notes. I send you the calculator. You look too serious, Francisco, like you're taking too many notes. This calculator, I can send it to you right as soon as we finish. If her money's there, send it to Francisco. Text the email text me your email, I send it to you right now. Property management, 10%. We're expensive, we're good. We play with that. You know you can get it for less, but first year, it's going to be a lot of surprises, a lot of empty rooms, new tenants, marketing. So you want to put a high expense. Utility water, that's a bit high. I'll keep it there. High or low? Guys, who want to help? I'm quizzing people.
Go
Why
what?
is so
Which part?
important? What I'm quizzing. I mean, like, why is so important to be?
What's going on?
No, I just had a quick question. For property management, do you need that when you stabilize the property, or do you need it from the beginning?
Okay, we're doing numbers kind of like we're very fast and we put people right away. I'm doing numbers assuming we're going to have people.
Mm-hmm.
And besides, that's your profit too. If it's your place, it's your profit. But we want you to scale, to think this as a business. So you need to pay, even if you're going to do a property management, you're going to pay yourself. And if you have room for error, it will help you. So that's why we put property management from the beginning. Even though there's no one tenant, still you're doing the property management. You're still paying all the bills. You go take care of the place. Sometimes you need to go to the squatters. It's a lot of work. And when you're in a project, also they can charge you if you're dealing with other people. They charge you asset management. They charge you construction management. So always there should be a fee of a cost. No matter who is doing it, somebody is going to take care of a lot of things before you can stabilize the property. So there should be a cost for that.
Now, I got a quick follow-up question to a little bit of the fees, Louis, in terms of property manager. Now, we're paying them, what, $1,000? What does that include? Now, I know you say once from I think from Tuesday, you mentioned once you got a lot of properties, it's best to get a property manager. So what are they doing? I know the gifs in a little bit, but for $1,000 a month, what does that entail?
Well, but remember, this is a fourplex. There's only 4 doors.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't do much, but they do a lot. I mean, they pay your bills, they take care, they go to collect all the rent, they make sure you get the rent. They're going to be 24 hours on call. If there's a problem in the building, they need to call them.
Okay. They
pretty much work around the clock for you, right? Pretty much.
So like if a toilet breaks, then we'll hope,
We're going to have Roxana one day, next Thursday maybe, and she will explain you all about property management. But I think the way, Jamar, you're going a bit farther, it's good. But right now, you want to see, do you want to buy or not? Yeah, and don't get caught learning everything. Buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Buy soon, buy fast, and buy right, and then you find a good property manager. But you should have it by the time. It's a good detail. And Samar, you were okay with the explanation about when do you start touching the property management?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
Then so we keep going. Reserves. We're not having reserves right now. We might have reserves. We're going to put it in another place, but we don't have reserves because we are rebuilding that units. You just saw them. CapEx reserve. CapEx is the same thing. It's for future expenses. Right now, we're going to rebuild anything we buy. We're going to rebuild everything. Everything is going to be new. I'm not going to have to replace nothing major, like AC or plumbing or floor or appliances. All is going to be new. More in that unit. So it's like, why would I make reserves the first year? I start making reserves on the second year. Well, already too many expenses. Property taxes is another lie. Like I told you, you always need to lie, cheat, and still, you lie to yourself. You're never going to pay those taxes ever again. That amount. The taxes are going to increase. Every year they increase. So, but we need to put what we know. I don't know what the taxes are going to be there. And I tell you, whatever, if you go to the court, there is a simulator that will tell you the taxes of next year, you will not buy anything. I don't know what they do, so they don't sue them. They give you if you go now, they will give you 20,000. And it goes up only like a 20, 30%. it all depends also how old that tax is, what type of place. You have to be careful. If the person was a four-place, could have a still exemption, homestead. You need to do more research. But the taxes, they go up in a fair amount. It's uncontrollable. You cannot lower the taxes with the government. So like I always keep this as a fair understanding that my expenses are going to go up. So we put where is there. CapEx first year, no, and reserve, we're not going to do cost for reserve. This is the magic number. That's why we put it in orange. Looks like that number, but like the construction person, you need to know
Louis,
that's the scope.
can you move the screen a little bit to the left so we can see all I see is the 185.
All you see is the 185. That's weird.
Like, am I right? Or like, does everybody else only see the 185?
I think, Ryan, if you put your phone in landscape, like you turn in landscape, you might be able to see it.
Oh,
Good. We also have to see him. That's very good. What you did, Maria. No, I have a full screen, so I didn't know why he would have
okay,
only
okay.
one.
Okay, yeah, there we go. I got it.
We
Go
have
ahead.
the teacher in the house. The teacher is in the house. So that number is a number very important because you saw the building, the condition it was. So yes, Jai went there and said, well, I can fix it with 185. But you need somebody that know how to do a fast scope of work. And he cannot be off more than 10%. Acquisition fee. If I tell somebody from New York is already trying to buy this one, so we put an acquisition fee. Anybody has a question about what an acquisition fee is? No, I keep going. Jamar, what is an acquisition fee?
That's the fee associated with getting the building. I'm just being general.
I thought, yeah, that's not good enough, but it's better than I was expected. I thought you didn't know much. I thought you were like Ryan.
I think it's the fee associated with getting the building. Maybe whoever provided the offer or the deal.
I mean, yeah,
The deal. Yeah. Who brought the deal?
Many investors is going to complain about why you charge me a fee. Why? Because I work all year around to find this deal, and I sit in front of you and I present you a deal that's going to make you money. How am I going to get paid? Most of these deals are off market. There is no realtor commission, no agreement commission. These are off market deals. So in any deal out there, you will see always there is an acquisition fee. It's for your work, not the work you have done for only this property, but also for all the other properties that you do all the time. And you don't buy, and you still sometimes spend architect money, engineer money, inspection money. Down payment is coming from the top, 20%. Capital reserve. This is another line that, yes, we should, seeing this building like it was, guys, you need 6 months on there. It would be nice if I can put 6. What I cannot write. You know, my keyboard being crazy today. Okay. You need 6 months. That building, usually sometimes we go for less because we can do half of the building. That building is empty. And you're going to start paying first month, the holding cost. So you need money to hold that building for 6 months till you start getting some rent. So at least 6 months. Yes, we can do that in 3 months, but you need time for permits and windows and that. Maybe even that building, I tell you, I will put 10. It will take us a while to put that building up in order to get tenants in. You can only amortize that when you see the building to remodel. This is not to remodel, that's totally ground up. Closing costs, we put them at 2%. That's documents you're going to pay, taxes you're going to pay, city money. That's nothing there. Total invested, 4,000. Rehab, no, minus down payment. 258. I don't know what that minus rehab. Should be say minus that's the down payment then. But total invested, let's go for the total. Total invested 443. That's your number to buy that you need to buy the building. 443. The only thing you can see, the reserves, when we work with partners, if the partners all sign up, we don't have to put the reserves up front, but they need to know that every month that amount will come in. So when you do with a few partners, you don't need the reserve up front, have a good agreement, and you can put that money later. After we do all this, I don't want to talk about 5 years. So we create a pro forma. The difference between that work and the pro forma is just here is less numbers. I don't want you to get lost looking around. So now we're going to see how was the plan for the year. Plan for the year, my gross income, 135. Expenses, same, we'll put the annual there, annual expenses. Percentage, 27% of our operating number of money, cash flow operating is 27% is expenses. Who do we have here? Maria, is that good? Because Ryan knows. So Maria, is that good?
Yes, it is. You want it to be between 30 and 50%, and it's under 30.
Exactly. So this is good. When it's good, you better be sure you're right. If it's wrong,
You better make sure all the numbers are right.
yeah, because it's very good. 27% is very good. When you're under 30, you're low. That's the first flag for you, good or bad. Then you get your NOI. NOI, very important. It's just for numbers, for the cap and everything, but that's my NOI, $96,000. Don't tell me why, but in the world of commercial, you never add the cost of the loan as a cost of operating. In order to make it easier to think, NOI is clear. It's just money in, expenses out. That's my net. Now you pay cash, but still you can think that's cash. And then, yes, you're going to have what they call a debt, a service debt. But because everybody can get a different interest, a different way of paying, different down payments, it's always separate. So the numbers make sense. It doesn't matter how did you do the finances, the other numbers make sense. Now, after that, click, we pay both loans because you have two loans now that is going to become one. You have the first loan plus when you work with a sponsor like us, you don't put the money. Remember, look at something, we didn't put money for rehabbing. I mean, the money is here, but we take it out. Why? Because we're going to borrow that money from the bank. That's why you have two loans here. Cash flow, yearly.
That's for that part you just said, Louis, that's for the rehab, correct?
Yes.
That's why there's two loans there? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It becomes one. It becomes one. Okay.
Okay.
At the end, when the way the banks do it, they add it to the original loan. So we have only one payment.
Okay, so did they consolidate it or combine it as one?
Mm-hmm.
So
Also,
Louis,
remember one thing.
Uh-huh.
You remember, you don't get charged the full amount because you get draws. You do the floors, they increase your loan, and they give you the money back. You do the windows, you do the roof, then they increase the loan, and they give you the money to you. So you get a bit less interest that you have because you were adding like if you were paying for the whole year. You're not paying interest that for the whole year, but that's numbers
Like
that you
as
want
you
to have.
do, When you
Like
do
you
the
do-
renovations, like they do that step by step, pretty much, is what you're saying.
Yes. Step by step and draws. They call it draws when they give you the money and increase your
Draw.
loan.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes, Shamar.
Yeah, I think Ryan touched on it, but the rehab would be considered just a construction loan, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Now, this is when the numbers start talking to you and they look too good. I mean, I haven't seen this in a long time. Cash on cash, 15%. I mean, if you guys will talk, I don't know, to investors, real investors out there, you can read, so like the good companies, they will tell you, oh, 12% top. I mean, talk to stocks, 10% is amazing. Now, this is saying 15% in real estate. That's a buy.
cash on. That's amazing. Yeah.
That's a buy. We'll see
And
at
then
the
the
end why it's a buy, but it's a buy. I mean, and then you go
cap.
to cap rate, and whenever you like, guys, we can have an hour discussion about cap rate. Right now, you need to follow the rules. 6 is good, 8 is better, above 10, do it.
Yeah. That's
And I kinda-
that's like a yes all around with the cash and then the cap
but
rate.
that's what you see, Ryan. That's why we never seen so high this type of cap rates. But that's because look at the cash on cash, so that everything makes sense. The expenses were low, cash on cash is good, the cap rate is good. That's when this makes sense.
I have a question, Luis.
Yes.
Since this is a projection for 1 year,
Yes.
we have like 10-month capital reserve. Why wouldn't
Yes.
you add that to the first year projection? The 40K, 46K.
The 46K they are added here. They are added. They are added as a cost of expenses.
But is
From
that
cash and
reflected
cash.
in the cash on cash and
Yes,
the right section?
Yes, the cash and cash should be from here. And it is because you're getting 41. Look, it's a bit less. I don't know, yeah. 41 cash flow here. For 43, that's a 10%. All right, there's a number there. We'll check 1 second. Don't want to check it now.
Yeah.
But 15%. Age 32, which is your income. Your operating income should be age 32. Your cash flow yearly, which is taking the debt out, divided B54, total invested, minus B38. Why he's taking the 38? Okay. Yes. We need, I mean, it's right, Arturo. I mean, I don't want to bore you with math or people, but we're taking out the loan because this include the rehab money. The rehab money, you never had to put it. So yes, everything's at minus the repair. So it's cash flow, so net income divided all your money invested minus the
Yeah.
rehab, because the rehab you don't have to put it. That's why you come up with 1584, which is amazing, guys. That's why we pay you 12%. You lend me this money and I buy the building. It's more than that. Then rent purchase ratio. Okay, I'm going to take that out. Nobody use this. This should be out. We'll take it out. Cap rate, yes. Cap rate 11%. Very good. Let's do it. This is the part that, again, guys, we're using this calculator that a friend of mine from a big, large company gave it to me. This is how they think. there's different calculators, and this part is kind of like a bit unfair. Not unfair, but there is no math. This is not engineering math. This is that's what's complicated for some people, and that's when the risk is involved. I believe everything we have done till here is not risk, it's math. Your biggest risk, I would say, is, I don't know if you talk to me and share information. For me, my biggest risk is the rehab money. If you don't have, if your partner is not a construction company, that's my biggest risk. All the other numbers, I know how to get it. I can corroborate this. I can corroborate the income. So, I mean, yes, it's a risk that you can manage.
Louis, do you say that because like when you have like, for example, we have Jay as a general contractor, like he'll go in there and like he knows exactly what needs to get done from start to finish, right? Is that why you say that?
Yes, but I need to clarify something. When you say
Okay.
we have Jay, it's not we have Jay. I have Jay for free.
Oh, I'm
You
sorry.
cannot have a general contractor for free to go to all your constructions and give you the scope of work and do all that thing. And if you don't buy and don't make him money, he's the guy. I'm not here just to work. So
Oh yeah.
that's why in real life out there, it's hard to find the general contractor. Because you want a good one, if you make a mistake, he cannot go back to you. I'm sorry, it's $50,000 more. Or it's I didn't see the roof, it's $100,000 more. Then you totally lost the investment. That's the only way you can lose your principal. So that's why I'm always, that number is in orange, because I tell you, I mean, the first 6 years I couldn't do deals so fast, because I didn't have the general contractor. Okay, also, we're talking about value add, where you're going to do major repairs. So that's why it's such an important part. The repairs here is what? I mean, 20% almost could be 19, I mean, more than 18% of the cost is repairs. That's a big part of your deal. And in value add, usually it's like that. That's why, yes, we have Jay, but Jay, over the phone, yes, he will tell you something. But now, if you are going to invest $400,000, you better have him go to this and inspect the whole building, the diligences, the permits and things you might have to do.
Now, real quick, Louis, you consider that to be a risk based on the fact that that price could, not be set in stone, which could probably drastically affect cash on cash and cap rate, right?
Correct.
Got it.
Kind of like if you're single to get married, you'll consider a risk, a woman. I've been married 24 years. I don't consider that a risk. I'm already settled. It's like I don't know construction. So what I don't know, I know I need to rely on somebody else. And all the other part I do is numbers. I mean, I cannot go wrong when we say that the rent, I went there, I saw the whole rent is math. But construction, unless you're in construction, and the guys that are really, because one thing, Jamar, that what happened in real life, you have a great friend that is a roofer. Great. Now you know the price of the roof. How do you know the price of the windows? Then I have a great friend that they do amazing floors. Great. How do you do the bathroom, the kitchen? So you have to have a general contractor, and not for the title. Somebody knows the price of everything. And those guys, his time is expensive. And it's the same thing that, I don't know if I was speaking the other day, when people come to me and say, is this a good deal? I cannot tell if it's a good deal or not, because if I tell you it's a good deal and you buy it and you go wrong, you're going to blame me. How do you expect me to know if it's a good deal if you're showing me a piece of paper with some numbers and a picture? It takes many hours and knowledge and the team to analyze the deal to know if it's good or not.
Analysis. I was going to say the analysis is the word.
Yeah, analysis, and you need to go to the building and see it, because it could be in front of a junkyard. Like I told you many times of one deal that this woman bought. The beautiful building was in front of all this street of junk yards, cars. Streets are dirty as crazy. But anyway, so that's why that's why I consider a risk, because sometimes you pull up the floor and then you need to change all the plumbing because it's cast on iron. Or you go to the roof and the trozas, I don't know how to say it in Spanish, in English. Termites. We have Miami. It is always termites. Oh, you had to do trozas.
Yeah.
Now you need to get permits and permits for the roof. So you want to know how somebody that has experience that can look and say, oh, no, this we might have this, and this here. And also remember, it's a person that is doing construction. He needs to rebuild enough to be the enough or efficiently. If I don't need to change that, let's not change it. If you go to a guy that is going to make it easier, let's put everything new and it's easier for me, and I don't care, you're paying for. So there is a lot of going on with your construction guy.
Louis, just to confirm, so the 443, the total investment, that's covered minus the repair, is covered by the hard money?
No, that is the money you need to put. On top of the 20%, including the 20%, it comes up to 443 because we need closing costs, we need reserves, we need acquisition fee. That's when you went to 443.
So that's the buyer has to come up with that amount, the 443.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's why we buy in a group. Review the numbers. This is their part. Well, this part is an art. And anybody that's a realtor, you know, when we call the CMA, it's an art. Yeah, it's a lot of math, but still your touch has to be there. So that's the part that you will see. I will tell you which is math and which one is not math. Here, the appreciation, you have like 3 different models. So we'll go average, but how much I put here? I put the whole thing, but think different. Okay. That's why I put this here. Okay. If I'm putting $200,000 of materials and labor, the building, let's say, was 1 million, it's not going to, the value is not 1 million point 2. It's not 1,185,000. It better be 1,185,000 because if I'm putting all these materials and not give me value to the building, I'll kill somebody. But it's going to be much more. You have a new building now. You have a new building. So when you add up, you know, the cost of a house is not the cost of the materials of the house. It's the value of the house as a house. No, I'm being kind of like clear. So now this building is not the building that it was. Now you have a brand new building with new floors, new windows, new everything. Now, average price in Little Havana, they tell you right now, I can show you. I want to show you, trust me, because I cannot show you his name. One of my sources that he's always selling, and he just sent me a text today. They are starting to sell price per door, 305. 305. So this one, this is not a good sample because it's a 3-2 doors, but still. Only if you think like 305, 4 times 305, 1.220. And this is not that when they say 305, it's 2 ones and 1 1 mix. There's very few buildings like this one that is a 432. Very few buildings. So that's why here we add double the money and a bit more. Because it's 200 in plus one going to building be like plus now the new building goes 5% up. So that's kind of like that calculator, that number comes up. And that's very standard, but again, it's just a rule that they created there in the market. I mean, it's a statistic. But why this number is there? It comes strictly from the appreciation. I think Jamara you were there when last time I say, okay, it cannot be true that I was buying at this price a building, and I will tell you we're going to make at least 50%. So yeah, we're going to make $500 in this building, or 400,000, 450. It's like, no way, that's too much money to be $450,000 in 1 year. That's too much money. Wouldn't say that. I mean, Francisco, you're in the real estate. Don't think as houses, because that's what we're not talking about, multifamily and value add. No, houses. You buy a house for 600,000, you don't expect to sell it for 1 million in 1 year and a half. You don't make that profit. And that's what happens when you're a broker and you know too much about residential. You don't believe this. But I think, Jamal, I told it to you before I go into the last parts. Now that we finish, last part, like, why is true? And this is what you guys need to believe that this happened, and then understand it, and then believe it and make money. Who remembers why I can guarantee you're going to make 50%? Jamar,
you
I
talking about
explained it to you.
Oh,
Now,
go ahead.
let me speak vaguely. I think so. This would probably be based on the fact that, well, you put money in, so clearly that property gets reevaluated. I would assume that, you know, whatever you've added leads to that increase.
No. You're convincing a guy to give you $400,000. No, you cannot blah, 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 blah. You need to be 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, the building, what is the real price of that building? Is 150? Am I buying a market price?
No,
Do I buy any value add building at market price?
you buy it at a discount.
It has to be discounted, it's destroyed. So
Yeah.
at least 25%. That one is 30%, but at least 25% when you need to. So you're buying at a discount price. You're buying a distressed property. You're buying whatever you want to call it, an REO or a short sale. You're not going to pay retail. The building has problems. So at least you're making 25%. We just agree that we're putting, somebody can do the math, 1850, let's put it right here, 1850 divided 850 tab. That is 21%. I'm putting 21% of materials of value into the building. It has to go up 21%. Minimum. If you are the worst handyman I ever seen in my life, it will go up 22%. So right there, you already have 47. That's why you make money, because you are doing a work. You're not buying a building and it's, when they call you, it says total remodel, great place to rent, turnkey deal. Then don't touch it. I mean, unless you have a lot of money and you just want to extension money, you're not going to make this type of money. But if you buy value add, you already have 47 here. 5% a year, let's say it goes up.
And then, I was going to say, then appreciation every year.
So Louis, what's the exit strategy on this one? How many years would you hold on to it?
I mean, that's a very nice question to ask Luis. Luis is not a guru, but what we do is my investors are always in 2 years. We go for 1.5 years to sell. When I sell fast and keep buying, depending who we buy with. When we bought the last one we bought with a group, said we're gonna sell it in 13 to 15 months. Can we make a bit more if we hold to the money? maybe, yeah, usually you need 2 years, 18 months. But I prefer all the investors to get the money back fast, get profit, and let's buy more. Because the first time they put 20, next time they're going to put 50, and next time they're going to put 100, and next time they buy their own. So when we buy together, we sell fast. When we buy in a small group, like 2 people, it's about whatever we want to do. And when I buy by myself, I buy and hold. I don't sell. We'll refi. But that's why, I mean, that's you're coming from, you're thinking as your buyer. And yes, you always have to ask your buyer, when do you want your money back? How do you want your money? Do you want cash flow, or do you want equity go up? But this is what I want you to really follow, that when somebody, I mean, that yes, you need to make at least 50%. If not, you're wrong. So this 45, anybody tell me that's wrong? You're wrong. That's totally correct. And I didn't that formula, okay? The guys did it, statistics. So now we'll go we'll raise here the IRR so we don't have to get complicated. And blah, 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 blah. We're going to get this money. I don't like this number. It's very good, but it's too high. I will change it later. But okay, we're going to make appreciation of 496. That's what it says here. I'll be after 1 year. The 850 went only 5%, so that's what I went there. Plus the appreciation that we're forcing, building will be 1.4. Then it comes, that's, I would say, more like comps approach, okay? Market approach. Now, then you have the income approach value, which is very good for numbers. It's not very good for selling. That's why when you sell cap rate, guys, it's like, I don't know. I think it's so wrong when people get the price of income approach and that, but that's my personal opinion. Because I always try to be very, very conservative, because rule number 1, Ryan, is, so Ryan, what is the rule number 1 of the group?
Never lose your money.
Never lose the principal. Never lose the principal.
Never lose your principal. Yeah.
Warren Buffett, we didn't create it. We're not that smart. Income approach, that's cap rate. I divide the income. Here is the cap rate. I put it there to complicate it. Today in Alapata is 570. Look, that's the price of the building per income at a 6% cap. Let's put 6%. My keyboard is going go 6%. Anyway, can I change it? I'm having a problem with my keyboard. New computer, Luis. 6%, 162. You always want, your income approach has to be bigger than the market value, than your purchase price, because the bank will only go up to here. Don't even talk to about a market value. I want to buy this for 1.7. No way. The banks will only go up to cap rate value, income approach value. And that doesn't mean there's a value. They're going to go for market analysis comparables value. Because this is just income. We don't know, I mean, the area and that, all that area, this is what tell you the area. So we went with 1.4. To always take the small one. Sometimes, depending, when we're talking to buying, I want to think like this. If you want to be very positive, take an average of the 2. Who will know the price of the building in 1 year? It's going to be that between 1.4 and 1.6. You can put 1.5. Total cost, all the cost, minus 1.397. 1.397 minus this, 255. Now, you can tell me, Luis, you told me I'm going to make 50%. Yes, I didn't tell you I'm going to make 50% profit because there's a lot of costs involved, like closing costs, inspection costs, all those costs. So I tell you 50%, and then I tell you 50% on your cash. It's cash on cash. The return we give to investors is based on the investment, not on the value of the building. So 255 equal 255 divided 258 divided investment money. That this, and that's when, unless you understand these numbers, you tell me I'm crazy. You're making 100% on a real estate in a deal in 1 year. Yes, you are. Show me a business that you can make 100% that is as reliable as real estate.
And you said, once again, you said that's pretty much the cash on cash return. No,
Yeah.
that's not exactly, yeah.
Yes,
on
yes. Cash on cash. This is very important, guys. I'm not concentrating on the first part, and now I'm concentrated in the part that I need you to understand that, or to believe that, or to understand that. Because if you don't believe you're going to make 98%, then you're not going to fight to learn more and go to the meetings and learn, listening Zooms and reading books and going and try to buy and experience, unless you believe you're going to make that money. Give me questions, give me comments about that 98%. Tell me your thoughts. Mrs. Paula. I don't know you. I didn't meet you. I don't know if I saw you in the squadron. I don't know your background. Guys, the best way to learn here is to talk, to say, ask questions. Because I want you, many of you need to talk to another investor and explain this. I learned this reading books, telling me how to explain the investors to give you money.
Yeah,
If not,
I'm
you get
looking at
scared.
the 13-month plan. I want to make sure I get that correctly.
No,
So
but
that
Jamar, you are like Ryan, you're all over the place.
no,
I'm
no,
asking
it
right
still
now,
ties
I'm
into this.
asking about the 98%. I'm not talking about, I don't care about the plan right
Oh,
now.
I see the 98 is high.
No, but no, I know the number is high, but do you know where it's coming from? And do you know what it means in the whole
Give
operation?
me two, give me two.
Yeah, it's the return on cash that was initially invested from, I would guess, each individual investor.
Yeah, but like, do you know business? Can you go and buy a car in a subasta and make 98%?
No, that's what I'm saying. This
And
is mind blowing. I
a
didn't know it
business
was
that,
that.
that give you cash flow, they give you tax return, they give you stability, that it can disappear. It's so big, now you can take it. Your insurance is like there is zero risk after you have a stabilized building.
That's
If
why
the
I'm zooming in
hurricane,
so much.
if you have a hurricane, great, you build a new building. You have insurance. More thoughts, more thoughts.
I want two of these.
You guys already went to go look at this, right, Lewis? Obviously. This
No,
building?
I did myself. I didn't. Yeah, yes. We're
Okay.
negotiating the offer, and then I don't know. We should have it tomorrow, but negotiating the offer.
Okay.
But guys, so whoever wants to put money in, call me tomorrow. We need money. We only need $400,000. But guys, what I want to the part that nobody taught me, and I'm upset because I didn't start doing this earlier. Okay, is when you get caught up with the numbers. First, this building is your debt is going to be around $1 million. It's like the deals plus your debt original loan.
Yeah.
680, 200, yeah, $900,000. $900,000. So you own a building, it's $900,000. You're going to have a mortgage of
I think you put 90,000 by accident.
okay 6,000 plus one plus insurance 1,000 and 2,000. You're going to have a payment right now. Your life is going to be changed, and you're going to have a payment of $9,000, almost 10%. Yeah. Are you comfortable with that?
That's 90,000. That's a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
yeah,
money.
I was gonna say you put 90,000 instead of 900,000.
Yes. I'm
But
going to show
anyway, if
you
that's every 5 years, that's okay.
Yeah.
the I mean, we're talking about, I don't know how many of you own some multifamily, but are you comfortable? You're going to owe a $1.6 million building, and you're going to owe 900,000, and you have to pay every month $9,000 between the first and the fifth.
That's okay if the pro forma is higher than that.
Yeah, but that's why it's okay if this, if that. What I tell people freeze about this, and because it's this, if this was a car, you will go and buy it because you know you can pay monthly. What I'm trying to get through you is the value of the building is big, the amount you owe, suddenly you owe $900,000, but who pays for that, Ryan?
Your tenants.
My tenants.
If they're there, the scary part.
They're always there, Jeremy. If you have the best building in the street, if you do the best building, they're always there. Have you seen a nice, beautiful building empty? No. The ones that are empty, they have problems. Gosh, my keyboard is disappearing. Tenants.
Another thing I've realized too, like I watched some YouTube videos on it, is when you have a multifamily and let's say there's a fourplex like the one that I'm invested in, you can have one family move out, but you still have the other 3 families that live there and they're still paying you your rent. And maybe like 1 month or 2 months at max, then you'll get another family to move in as well, too.
Ryan, I tell you something. You can ask Rosanna. Never in our last 5 years we have one room 2 months empty. No.
Okay, fair enough.
They get rented in less than 30 days.
Okay,
But this is
so like
this is a reality that we are showing of repairs of less than 200,000, and we are going to make 100% 2x.
yeah.
Luis, you should be doing more of this, man. You know, if
I
you
know.
give me this every day,
Can we do
stay
one of
here.
these every month as a team? Like one
Right.
a month?
I stay here every day. I don't go anywhere else.
Tell you guys, when we meet people from other states, like when we went to Orlando and we show our deals, they're like, how do you find this? You cannot make this money in Missouri. Well, because that's what we do for living. I don't do anything else. Look at it. And we do for living. But this is that. I mean, I don't care about this because I don't care how much I owe. I don't care how much I have to pay per month because I don't pay it. Only I care that, yeah, my cash flow badly is $3,000. So I'm going to make $3,000 for the rest of my life, 3,500 for the rest of my life. And it's going to always go up because the rent goes up, your loan goes down, your interest is going to go down. I'm paying 10% interest here. It better goes down.
That's when you're talking about the whole refinance thing to get the
Yeah.
10% down. Yeah.
And then you have tax benefits and you have appreciation. The stupid building that is 1.6 goes up, let's say only 5% per year. When I review our numbers, that's guys, when I love this business, that's why we love it so much with Javier. If you own this building, you make $80,000 a year, and you don't have to do nothing to build those 80,000. It's the market, it's the inflation catch up. That's 80,000 plus the other 40,000, $120,000 with your first good buy. That's why you need to follow us for 1 year, buy one of these, right? And that's it. You're set for life. You have a $10,000 salary for life, guys, for life. And every year you owe less because your loan is being eaten by your principal payments, and you're more free. In 10 years, you don't owe anything if you're smart, because you add money to principal. So this is why we do this type of buildings. This is why we don't like to sell. When we buy, we hold. But like the exercise we did on the last two squadrons, because I don't know, we like that, and Javier let me do it. I mean, you need that 12, 10 people team. Without them, you're not going to achieve this. Javier been in the market 20 years, I've been 15 years, Jay been 15 years. You're using 100 years of experience. Between Roxanne is the only one young. My wife, we have 100 years of experience. That's why we find these deals. People trust that we buy it, and we go tomorrow and we buy it. And in 2 years, everybody makes money, and we keep going.
Pretty much leverage each other. That's really what it is.
Yeah. But then you have to be crazy like Maria and don't follow your advice for all your friends. Because to your friends, they're going to tell you, what are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. Yeah, I know.
They told
I
me
won't.
I was effing crazy. That's what they still tell me. I'm effing crazy.
And yes, we are, guys.
And
Investors,
here,
entrepreneurs, you have to be crazy because you work many hours. You have to learn more. You have to be stressed more. All this to have a life. When you can get just a
But
beautiful nine
on the
to
flip
5
side,
jobs.
Louis, on the flip side, Louis, they
Yes.
aren't willing to take risk. They aren't willing to change their status in life. And I say this all the time, it goes back to the mindset
Yeah. And
where
that's why
I was willing to take risk and I am willing to try to change my status in life. And I have to have a different mindset. So yeah, call me crazy for it.
we have to. But that's why I tell you, this is, I mean, I'm at the top of my age. Yeah, I'm as old as I can be. Maybe I'm older tomorrow. It took me a long time to learn this. It took me partners to learn this, and I did different type of business. Right now, there could be many good things out there, but with this one, it's math. What we just did is math. We didn't say, well, this has to happen, or this. No, it's just math. Buy at that price, put the people, put the tenant, repairs.
You know what else, Luis?
Yes.
The money I invested, I do not miss. It
Nice.
did. If I had kept that money in my day-to-day life, it would not have done anything for me. It probably would have evaporated and I would have spent it on something, unnecessary.
Yeah.
But
And
now
the
that
value
I
will be
invested,
10% less, because the inflation we have right now is like 10%.
there you
So
go. And so, looking back, a year and a half, 2 years ago when I did this, I'm thinking to myself that the money I gave you and invested with the group, it served me. It's definitely served me.
Yeah, and more because you're a bit so busy. But there's two type of people that can benefit a lot with us. People that want to invest but still have a lot of life going, so you don't do it full time. Or the person that's going to buy the first multifamily is crazy. If you don't do an exercise like this with people and you buy, it's crazy. It's like a buyer of a house. Imagine most of you already bought your house. Imagine how much you know now that you didn't know before of buying a house. And people go out there and they try to buy a house, they don't even know what mortgage, what to do, blah, 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 blah. This is the same thing. How are you going to buy a multifamily right and make it perform right and don't lose $400,000 if you have never done it before?
Right.
We don't gamble. We do this all the time, and you shouldn't gamble. Well, you're not gambling. So guys, be very serious about this. We're going to send the numbers out in a group, because this is probably under contract tomorrow, and anybody wants to invest, we need 443,000.
Yeah, whoever wants to have their email in the chat, maybe we can do that.
Yeah.
And the rest we're going to do. We're going to do like Jeremy. I was telling Jamar, I was telling you that day. You need to figure out some of you. I don't know where it's coming from. In a way, you need to figure out what is your next step because you cannot learn everything. Like Jamar, the question you asked me for me when you asked me about property management is too deep. You're trying to learn everything. That's too engineer brain. Like don't learn everything.
Got it.
Just make sure your next step, and keep going forward, and you get it.
Lewis, wait till you get to know Jamar. All right, that's the way his brain's wired.
No, I can see people. That's what it's personality. But like, if you analyze too much, you're analyzing too much, and then you're so good at analyzing, but no, take the action on the first step, and keep going because you're already there. But like that's why we give this opportunity to you guys. Say you do 10,000, do 25,000, do it. But you need to start doing what Maria said. I went to a seminar and they explained me that the guy that was saying the seminar, most of the people that it costs them so much to get, I don't know, $50,000, and is your savings after a lot of work. So you think when you give me anybody, you invest, you give somebody 20,000. Oh, I lost 20,000. Now I don't have 30. I only have 30. You need to change that mindset. Investing is not throwing away. You get more. So you, like Maria was saying, and it's amazing that she said that. It's like, no, I didn't lose the money I invest. I have that money plus the interest coming. So I have more. Yes, it's not in my bank account because it cannot be in my bank account.
But
it's
big picture and long-term thinking.
Yeah.
So let me just ask you this one direct question here, Lewis. So you're telling me that with 20K, I can look at a 98% return in a 13-month period if everything was to go as planned.
Best scenario, Jamar. Best scenario.
No. Okay, that's the scenario if you are doing the deal.
Yeah, but you cannot ensure that you're going to make 90%. Maybe
No,
it would be 95 or 80 or 45.
Oh, yeah. No,
COVID comes and what do you do?
No. What I'm saying, like, I want to ask if you were, because there was a phone call from one of my realtors coming. When you are an investor with us, you don't get the 98% because you're going to get half of that because we do the work for you. So like if you put right now, if you're saying, okay, absolutely, I give you $20,000 tomorrow, and I'm going to get $40,000 in 12 months or 14 months. No, it's not like that. For that, call me later. I don't want to bore everybody with the same thing. But if you were doing this by yourself, yes, you get the 98%. But then you have to find the deal, find the team, and do it. Yes, you get that money.
So Jamar, what he's saying is there's general partners and there's limited partners. And the general partners are Luis and Javi and Jai, who go and find the deals and work the deal and find the hard money loan and then do the construction and the rehab and set up the property management and stabilize it with tenants. Then there's limited partners like myself and Ryan and Arturo, who we've contributed money, but we're not the day-to-day working the deal or working the reconstruction. So our portion is half, okay? Because the general partners, they're going to get a little bit more out of the deal because they're the ones who are working the deal.
No more. We get the same 50 and 50. We make it 50 and 50.
Well, you have your acquisition fee too.
Yes.
So they get a little bit more.
Maestra, you're wrong because you get the 6-8% before us, so you get more. You get the preferred interest first.
Yeah, the preferred interest,
and then we split. So you guys get more. We'll show you the numbers later, but
But either way, it's something. Personally, it's nothing I could have done on my own, and personally, it's nothing. I'm not at the point in my real estate knowledge to be able to do something like this on my own. I need a group to do it with. And for
But
me,
yeah, but
sharing
Same here.
limited, for me, sharing, you know, profits in a group is fine by me because it's nothing I could have ever done on my own.
and I know that because that's what happened to me 7 years ago when I started doing multifamily. I couldn't do it on my own. And so that's why now I know what you're missing because I didn't have it. That's why it took me 3 years to start. And I was in the business. So guys, it's 8:17. We want to take over. We'll keep on adding news. There's more things coming. We don't stop. There's very good things coming. Remember, find capital, find deals. Find a deal, you make money with us. Find me capital, I give you something. You're part of the deal. So guys, any questions before we close?
I think I'm good. Good conversation tonight. Thank you for Maria for all your insight.
Yeah, Maria, you were good.
With
You,
that.
you received a start today. You were right on the spot.
Well,
You're very awake.
I've been on the road. That's why you caught me
He's stealing the
out on the
thunder
road.
from Ryan.
Yeah. Ryan, you don't need a start today. Maria was a star.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And I
But,
feel like a
yeah.
parrot, like I say the same thing over and over, but let me tell you, you have to shift your thinking. You really have to
Yes.
shift your thinking and think in a new way.
Yeah, for sure. And I was gonna say too, like the last quick thing is like instead of hanging around the same people, like Maria was talking about mindset. The last thing I was gonna say is you have to change your mindset and be around people that like are ahead with you guys. That's why I go to the squadron so much, you know, to be with people that are investing multifamily, trying to become financially independent because a lot of people that you meet with in the general public, they don't think that way. So
We're good friends, but they're no financial friends. Very good, guys.
pretty much, yeah. Long story short.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Nah, this is a lot of great info. Mind blowing stuff. Very good.
Yeah. So
Nice, nice. Guys,
we'll see you again next Thursday.
See you again next Thursday.
Well, now you have work to do. If you want to be part of this, you need to do some work.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Go and steal some money.
All right.
Good night,
All right.
everyone. Thanks a
Have a
million.
good night.
Take care.
Good night.
Good
Yeah.
night.